Here we go. Well, I'm carrying all of this in a 58-liter Gregory backpack, much smaller than what I used to carry back in the day. Inside of that is a waterproof liner. A little bit of redundancy there because we do expect to run into quite a bit of rain when we get close to Galatia. The sign of a pilgrim, if you've ever watched The Way, they always argued about what a true pilgrim is, but is a scallop shell. So Mary and I have had a lot of fun. She bought some scallop shells online, and we put the cross of St. James on one side and a little Tahoe sticker on the other, and we decoupaged them up and drilled holes, and so we'll each have one of these on our backpack. There are those that would argue with you and say that The Sign of a True Pilgrim is a book by John Brierley, that you're not a pilgrim if you haven't spent $26 on that. So we've got our copy right here, which is well worn after 2 years of reading it. In my belt, I've got my daily needs for lips and ears and nose and throat, eyes right there. And I've also got, I prefer a bladder in my backpack as opposed to a bottle. I find that I normally drink more water than having to reach for a bottle and open it. And I know that water stops are frequent, and so I don't need to keep it full, but I do drink more water. That's a fact. The closer we get to leaving, the more of these I'm eating. These are antacids. As I worry about more and more things, and I know that there's less and less to worry about the closer you get, but convince my stomach of that. Mary and I are each carrying a lightweight hiker umbrella. We use these in both the sun and the rain. They're pretty cool. You can pop it up like that and put it on your strap, on your backpack strap. So we both have found that we like these a lot. My Tilley hat is a standby whether we're in our Airstream, in our backyard, or in Europe. This is one of the best hats I've ever owned. Thank you, Mary, for that. I appreciate that. And this one hopped off the shelf at REI Memorial Day sale down in Las Vegas. You know, I'm a baseball cap guy, so gotta have that one. Hard candy for when you're walking and want to keep your mouth wet. Here's our bag of foot care, whether it's K-tape or blister care, just in case something happens along those lines. We've got that. If you've ever sat under a red light, prescribed to you by your skin doctor, you'll never go without a good sunscreen again. It's one of the most painful things I've ever done. So sunscreen. Our cardiologist recommended Noon additive to sport hydration tab. So that keeps your electrolytes up. That keeps that AFib chamber full of fluid. Advil is everybody's friend on the Camino, and a spork for those snacks that might try to hop off a plate and into your hands when you're walking. I've always found that I like a little butt pad action. You know, it takes 2 seconds to blow it up and 3 seconds to empty it. And so we're going to enjoy sitting on a little bit of air when we're sitting around. What else do we have here? Toilet paper and wipes in the outside pocket. Tom, this is not the one you carried, but it's still the same genre from the mid-90s, in case you got to bury something on the road. Because you're trying to travel light, so every evening in your hotel room, you usually end up doing a little bit of laundry. So these are some laundry sheets in order to do that. And backpack cover in case it gets misty. This is my North Face Rainier rain jacket. Fits real well, 3X. In Europe, there's a company called Altus, and this is a rain cover, a poncho, but it has a little hump for your backpack. It's really cool, and it's real long, and so this works out very well. I like that. The only reason I have this is because I can't find my Survivor television show buff, so I'm going to continue to look for that to the last second. I've got pocket knife. Most important part of this pocket knife is being able to open it, but the corkscrew, yes. These are from our first trip to Hawaii together in 2003. They are more than competent to go to the shower in. On the Rick Steves show, they recommended a really cool clothesline, and so we've got a couple of these to hang our clothes up outside of our hotel room windows. You can tuck the edges of your socks or shirt into that rather than needing a clothespin, a peg, and so we have a couple of small little beaners to hang it up with. What else is in there? Once upon a time in 1996, I think it was, Tom and I had to set up a tent at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because the mosquitoes were so bad to get away from them. I've never been without a bug hat cover since then. Weighs about an ounce. Even less than that is a little shopping bag. Take it to the store. A really cool North Face fleece these days is the Summit series. It's really light. Mary loves hers. I love mine. They're really cool. The heaviest thing in my pack, because we're actually going to be gone for 90 days, but 60 days on the Camino, is my medication. It's almost 3 pounds of pills to get you by. But that's life at our age. To go with those is a list of medications and prescriptions that I'll keep with these all the time because I can just see what's going to happen when we go through the TSA check line. What is in that bag, sir? So there you go. That's what we'll do with that. A couple of occasions where we are staying in an albergue, with more than one person sleeping in a room, and so we've got a couple of sleeping bag liners for those nights. We don't need sleeping bags, but we do have liners. Let's see here. Electronics, chargers for everything, and we'll put those in our carry-on bag along with the medications. So we'll be able to stay sane and listen to good music while we're flying to Paris. Shirts, I've got long sleeve, short sleeve, and a going to town shirt. Many of the cathedrals and chapels in Paris and in Spain appreciate it when women are dressed appropriately as well as men. So I try to take care of that. Let's see here. Oh, long pair of pants for when the days are cool. And socks, carrying 3 pairs of socks, 1 pair on, 2 pair in the pack. There's a lot of discussion about underwear, and so some people wear a swimsuit so they don't have to carry in underwear. Other people will carry 2 pair. Wear 1, wash 1. At 71, pushing 72, you never know when you need an extra pair. So I'm bringing 3. And then toiletries, all the standby stuff, including a small little towel If I don't shave for 3 days, I've got ingrown hairs everywhere, so I need to shave often. And so that's that right there. Headlight and a little travel backpack. As you travel through Spain, oftentimes people, if they need to, if they're having a tough day or if they're tired, or they can send their backpacks through to the next place they're staying. And so if that happens, I still want a backpack to put my water in, to put any snacks I've got going. So I've got a small little backpack. And then things that you don't want to forget. Some euros to hit the ground with, and your passport, identification, and a couple of credit cards, and that don't charge for using them in Europe. And so we were lucky enough, with Mary being retired military, that USAA charges no fees. So we're carrying USAA debit cards and credit cards. So there we go there. And then last but not least, and I just don't know where I'm going to tie this on at, but I got this from Katie a long time ago, and it's one of my favorite little treasures in life. So I'm going to have to tie this on somewhere, but I just don't know where. And Mary, any comments? What's your backpack look like?
That video will be coming up.
Thank you. All righty. Well, blessings to all. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe is what they say, right? And we're just a couple of little neophyte gray hairs who are on a spiritual pilgrimage across Europe. Thank you for coming along. Bye-bye. I can edit that out. How long was that? 12 minutes.